Let's see what's next. Safety first. I think this week Brian's going to be talking a little bit about spinning malfunctions and maybe some equilibrium issues. Let's go to that now. Hey, Brian, what's shaking, buddy?
Hello, Dave. Well, I'm just finishing up a canopy course at a great little drop zone called Skydive Little Washington. It's in North Carolina.
Nice.
Awesome people. Yeah, really great. It's fun to go to big drop zones. It is. Jumping out of big planes where there's all the activity. But, I feel like the heart of the sport is at these smaller and medium-sized drop zones in some ways, where everybody knows everybody, go out to dinner together. Yeah, every night we did. It's, and you're a little closer to everybody in those little cities. But, man, it was fun.
Yeah.
This place. If you're passing through North Carolina, swing by and jump with these guys. Really good for them.
Cool. Yeah, boy, Carrie and I grew up, and Stump grew up in that environment, small DZ, and yeah, there's something to be said for that for sure. Yep. So we had a question from a listener, and I've lost his name. I apologize for that. But he wants to talk about some of the issues. He says what he's most scared of is high-speed spinning canopy malfunctions. And specifically what he's worried about is getting kind of, when he gets dizzy, he says he gets real disoriented. And he's trying to figure out how to maybe prepare for that a little bit. Some of the, equilibrium issues you might have after a severely spinning malfunction. How can you maybe handle that?
Yeah, well, I mean, of course, there's everybody receives dizziness differently. We're actually part of it is, our genetics, the way our middle ear is built, and all that. There's some training can help. So I found in the X Games, we used to do a lot of spinning maneuvers where I would be spinning for sometimes 10 seconds or more, and the more I did it, the more often I did it, less dizzy I would get. So there's that. So spinning yourself really under canopy might help. Obviously, look for traffic before you do that. But I noticed something else. I don't know if you've done this one. If you spin to the right for a while and you get yourself a little dizzy, if you spin to the left afterwards, the dizziness goes away faster for me.
Yeah, kind of unwind yourself, unwind your mental clock there.
It does seem to work. So it's worth a try. But the other thing, of course, is give yourself the time. And so you get open under your reserve. It was all very exciting, but now you've got to land the parachute, right? So tuck your handles away and put that canopy, the reserve canopy, into brakes, and look out at the horizon. Hold your eyes really still. And I understand your visual field is jumping to the side. But if you just breathe slower and relax your physiology, right? Relax the muscles, breathe bigger, inhale all the way, hold it for a moment, let it out slowly, and just keep your eyes still. You're going to sort of collect yourself faster.
Mm-hmm. I notice when we watch, say, a figure skater or something like that, oftentimes as they're spinning, or a dancer for that matter, their head seems to kind of focus on one point as long as they can, and then do a quick turn back to that point again. Yeah. Do you know what I'm talking? Did I explain that properly? Is there anything? I guess that's not probably the thing to be thinking about when we're dealing a malfunction, but I wonder if there's anything there.
It'd be great if you could, but I don't think it's possible in a mount. Of course, you're looking at the canopy.
Yeah.
And I don't think that would work in this case, but man, it would be very impressive if somebody did. But at the very least, just I think to regularly spin under canopy, you kind of get used to that.
I've had a bunch of spinning malfunction cutaways, and on at least a couple of them, I can remember being saddled out under the reserve and still feeling like I was turning. And almost visually even thinking, my vision was kind of screwed up too from it. And I can remember thinking, I'm not going to counter this turn that I think I'm having because I can see the canopy straight, and I'm pretty convinced I'm flying straight. But I can recall that for, several seconds after getting saddled out under the reserve, not having my head straight yet.
Yeah. Yeah, I've had some pretty good spins myself over the years. I find that if I can give myself the time under canopy by pulling high enough initially, and then I'm under my reserve higher and I got more time, it's just going to add a safety margin in so many different parameters, not just the dizziness, but also picking a landing area, setting yourself up well, learning how to fly that reserve that you might not have seen before. Why take altitude off the bottom of your skydive? It's a couple of seconds, maybe it's one dock, but in the end, the altitude of your deployment is what I think it's the most important safety measure you can take, other than a pin check and a gut check.
Yeah, for every malfunction, really.
Yep. Yeah, you can fix stuff.
Yeah. All right.
Time.
Well, Brian, I hope you had a good time there in North Carolina. It sounds like you did. And where can we catch up with you online? What do you want to plug on today?
Yeah.
The conversation thing, maybe? Are you still doing those?
We're still doing some of that. I've been working on some new videos for Adventure Wisdom. I'm working on a new spotting video in aircraft procedures. I'd love to bounce some ideas off of you as well to kind of fill out that subject matter.
Sure.
Some of the things we've covered on the Safety First episodes, but there's so much more. Spotting it's a topic that I think it's kind of a lost art for a lot of people. If you jump at a big drop zone where they turn on the green light and you jump out of the plane, it's important.
Yeah. Well, maybe we should do a Safety First on that.
Let's do that.
All right. Brian, more from you at adventurewisdom.com, and we'll talk to you soon.
Yes, indeed. Have a great day.
It's okay.